Hey guys, this is Cree. Welcome to the right side of 50. Welcome back. Hope you guys are taking care of your mental health all right. I'm definitely trying. Still going through my journey, as you know, just trying to figure out, where I fit in. Should I be here? Should I remain doing my property adjusting, or should I just throw in the towel and do something different? So you guys comment, you tell me how you feel about it. If you've ever done adjusting, just tell me what you think. What do you think about it? Okay, so it's been challenging the last year for me, and I just don't know if it's really a good fit. So I'm putting a lot more energy in trying to figure it out, or if I'm gonna stay or leave. So anyway, um, because this is just something that I really wanted to do. I have an understanding of things, but the processes here, there's a lot of processes that go into it, and it just becomes so mentally and physically exhausting. Okay, very much, just very draining. So, what I've noticed is that um, tends to um, it bleeds into my work, of course. It bleeds into my my work. It bleeds into um, my my health, even. I mean, mental, physical, even spiritual. I mean, I have been having, I speak to God every day, and I thank Him for, letting me wake up to see another day, of course, because at least I have the option to work. And when I say that, I don't mean the financial option, because financially I don't have an option. I have to work. But I mean, just I have the capabilities um, to provide for myself, to do what I need to do. So I do thank Him for that. That He allows me um, to breathe, to talk, to walk, to inquire, to find ways to make more money. Sometimes it's just more challenging than others, but I think if it was just an easy all around thing, everybody would be financially sound. So, anyway, what I was thinking today, and that goes into what we're talking about, is where do you fit in? What's a good fit for you? How long do you stay, where you're at? Or if you are somewhere, I think a lot of people, the issue is they're somewhere, they're making money, but they'd like to make more money. So, how do you make more money? Well, if you can get into the world of doing something that hopefully you don't have to put a lot of um, physical into it, or something that's going to drain you, um, where it just makes it almost impossible, or bleeds into your first job, then that's probably not doable or sustainable. Um, Hopefully I said that right. But different ages, I know when I was in my 20s, 30s, even 40s, I was, in most cases, I was always working a different job, a second job, something on the side. So I've been doing part-time gig work, whatever, for a very long time. Because gig work to me is just anything you do on the side, really. Only thing that I really had that I looked for years ago, before we got into all this technology and everything, and Uber and Lyft and all that, my requirements with another income back in those days was something cash that paid cash, such as serving. That's a good example of cash job. Tips, or a weekly paid job. Okay, so those were my only requirements, and of course, most importantly, that it worked around my schedule to my, with my bread and butter job. That was key number one. Okay. So get something that works around the job I have. And two was something that made sense. Is this a cash-based job? Or is it a job that I could get paid weekly for? Get paid weekly, it makes sense. Okay. So I can think of serving jobs right off the top. I've worked serving jobs years ago. I outside of a little gig work here, I have not waited tables in almost 18 years. Okay. I worked at Red Lobster for a couple of years, almost 3 years. It was a side part-time job. I loved it. I love the people because I'm a people person. The customers, you have your regulars. I love the staff I worked with. I love management. It was a good place, and I would have stayed longer, but that was during the transition when I was leaving Illinois and coming out here, because I almost transferred that to a Red Lobster out here. I used to work at Red Lobster years ago, so I was going to transfer that and to one of the Red Lobsters out here, but and they would have hired me because I went in and I told them, and they said, oh, okay, I think it was past the time frame. I don't know if it was 1 year since I had been at the last one, or could have even been 2 years. So they just said, formally I would have to still fill out the application and everything, but definitely leave the information as far as which one I worked for and the management, because they already said they'd give me a very good word and good review, of course. So, that was a fun job. That was something that I loved doing. I only worked maybe 3 days a week, like 2 evenings and then a weekend day. Made my money good. It could be good money, certainly can. And that was it. So, I had the main job that paid the main bills, the rent and everything else. And then the side job, that what I did with that back then is it was really more so not for bills. It was for like vacations and the extra things that needed to be done. So, that's how I used to regulate my second jobs. Because when I look back at it, most of the second jobs that I had back in the day, I did not necessarily need for bills, but it was extra. And that, I had my son, and, anything extra that we needed, even like field trip stuff like that, it came out of that money. So there was purpose for it. I wasn't working just because I was bored. I did need the money. There was use made. I just wish, looking back at it, that I had did things a little different with money, and we'll get into that maybe the next couple of videos, because I wanted to kind of break that down too. So doing that, I had a lot of second jobs that I did, just worked in that light. Fast forward coming out here, excuse me, I could even think of just several years back. I worked Target as a cashier, and I did that I started out with the Christmas season, the Christmas help that a lot of the stores usually do. I did that, and what happened? Let me see. Oh, I stayed there. I'm sorry. I stayed there over 2 years. So I did 2 Christmases with them. And only reason why I left, it was about 2.5 years. I went through some issues, some health issues at that time, and I wasn't sure what was going on. So it was going to just be a leave, but I ended up just never returning. But they still gave me the option to return. If I ever wanted to apply again, I can do that because I was a good worker. I try to, any job I leave, I don't care if it's part-time or not, I try to leave on a good note, because you never know when you need them again. You may need them. So that's what I did. Now today, fast forward, like what we're talking about now, right now, this is the situation. This is just where I'm at in life, where I'm not happy where I'm at because of the processes and things and what needs to be done. So I know that's a personal issue for me. So that's something that I have to work out. So me, I have to figure out again, am I going to move on or not? Okay, so let's put that on the back burner just for a second. If I decide to do that, guess what? I'm still going to have to get another job. I'm still going to have to get some type of gig work, something, because I'm not confident that if I were to find another job, that they're going to pay me like I'm getting paid now. Okay. So with property adjusting, um, there can be some money in it, just depending on what route you go. If you come in as an independent adjuster, you're going to more than likely make a lot more money than you would as a staff adjuster working directly for a company, which is what I do. Okay. So I'm not at the cap of where I make all this money, and no, because if I did, then I wouldn't be so stressed in the sense of trying to possibly find something else. I have to be comfortable with the job as far as what I do, with their expectations of me. Once I'm comfortable, then I can decide at that point how I can leverage, my pay and that sort of thing. But anyway, so the options I have right now, if I do decide to go elsewhere, I already have it in my head that the pay is going to be less. Okay, I can handle that because I've done it before. So if I go that route, I still will have to find something else. And depending on what it is, it may be a factor. A vehicle may be a factor. Okay. As you guys may already know, I said at this current time, I don't have a vehicle, not a personal vehicle for myself to route around. Okay. If I have to go places, I'll take Lyft. Like when I have to go into the office, I take Lyft and then I come back, Lyft. Sometimes I'll have my son pick me up. It just depends if he's got a day off or not and he's out and about. Otherwise, well, the job that's not an issue because I don't have to I'm not in the office a lot. So, but if I had to go somewhere now where I had to be there all the time, I definitely would have to work out a vehicle. Okay, so I'd have to go get one, which is easier said than done, right? But I'm prepared for it to know that may be something I might have to do. Now, it has to make sense for me, you guys. I am kind of frugal. I am. I won't apologize for it. I just don't see the need to buy things that you don't need. So car payments I hate, but I've had them. I don't like them, but I've had them. So in this case, I may have to do that. So I have to get the best rate for what I can afford and what they are willing to do and the interest and all that. Just anything to bring a headache on, right? So that may be something that I have to do. And if I do it, again, with it making sense, I probably will still do like gig work on the side, DoorDash or maybe Uber or Lyft. I don't know if I want people in my car anymore. I had several bad experiences with that. But at the same time, that was back when I was working the club hour, because I made good money when I was driving Uber years ago. I was part-time with it, so for the most part I worked holidays, of course, but I worked Friday and Saturday nights. That's where the money was, in my opinion. So I used to make really good money Friday and Saturday nights. But guess what? Because it's the club hour, you got the drinkers. Okay. So what goes with that? You get folks that are they don't know how to handle their liquor, and then guess what? They get sick in your car. You can imagine. I've given it to you. So I think that happened maybe 5 or 6 times. And you get tired. You get tired of having to clean the car, get the car cleaned. Because before you even detail the car, you still have to clean it on your own. I mean, unless you're working during the day where you can just go right over there. But because I was working nights, I had to clean the car best I could to get it out of there or whatever the case is. And then the next day, then I can get it done. So, you know, Uber and Lyft, I don't think anything's changed. They will compensate you for the inconvenience and whatnot. Different costs just depending on how messy it was. But I got tired of that. So if I needed to do anything else, I usually just resorted to DoorDash and just delivering food. So I don't know, but you guys tell me what you guys do. If you guys have any side work, anything you can think of. I've mentioned it. I really would rather do something online, digital, or something to that effect. I've considered different things, and we can get into that maybe in another video. I have considered other things online, but it's just a matter of learning. Okay, so I have to take the time out to learn some things because it's hard for me to learn things on my own. I have to see it done. I'm a visual learner, so I have to see it done and you know, see if it's something that'll work for me. I don't mind putting in the work, and that's the thing. If I know how to do something, if I know how to do it, you've shown me how to do it, or somebody else has shown me, I've been trained, and I get it. As long as I get it, even if it's a struggle putting something together, it doesn't matter. I'm okay with that, long as I get the instructions on how to do it. It may take me some time, trial and error, but if I can get through that because I have the understanding from beginning to end, then I'm okay. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. I'll get back to you on another video. I just kind of wanted to share that, but I am still here, you guys. You have a good day. If I don't come back on today, you know, we'll catch up. All right. Have a good day.